Hello there everyone, how's it going? It's Deedee here, and like I said in my previous video, I am going to occasionally start uploading some SMITE content. So, I truly am in love with this freaking game, and if you don't know what SMITE is basically a MOBA. Which means it kinda has the same mechanics as, let's say, League of Legends. So this is a 5v5 match, and your objective here is to kill the opposing team Minotaur. The Minotaur is guarded by towers divided on 3 lanes, so you pretty much want to kill the towers and slowly move towards the enemy base, and once you're there you wreck it all up and you win the game. That's pretty much what it is. So, SMITE is actually a very different type of MOBA game. As you can see, it's played on third person, which is actually pretty cool. It's like WoW but a MOBA, and all your skills and literally everything you do has to be aimed. So you have to aim everything. There is no targets, there is no targeting system, which is absolutely awesome. So as you can see, you have to really aim everything. And another awesome thing that I love about the game, me personally at least, is that you actually play with freaking gods. Gods! As you can see, I'm playing as Zeus, and this guy that I have by my side and is going to lane with me is Ares, the Greek god of war. And you pretty much have a lot of mythologies. You have Norse mythology, you have Chinese mythology, Mayan mythology, Greek, Roman, Egyptian. You have a buttload of gods to pick, and they pretty much had one every week. So, we are actually laning against the Poseidon and the Ra right here, which is kind of unusual, but anyways, the character that I'm playing, Zeus, is a high damage dealer, magical damage dealer, but he's also very squishy. And the way it works is, my first ability is called Chain Lightning, which you will see right here, and what it basically does is it hits one target, and once it hits one target it bounces off to all the enemies that are around, and Ares is just going ham against that Poseidon. He does not care, he just simply does not care. But the enemy minions are coming, so we back off a little bit. So that is Chain Lightning. It pretty much hits one target and bounces off between nearby enemy. And Ares is just going ham on this Poseidon again, and as you can see, I'm going to Chain Lightning onto the Ra, which is going to bounce to the minion and bounce to Poseidon, killing him. And this is a huge advantage on such early game. It has still not passed 2 minutes of the game started, and we already killed one of the enemy gods on our lane, so we have a tremendous advantage here. We are going to get way more farmed, and Ra is pretty much alone here against us too, and this is pretty much a very awesome opportunity to actually push the lane a little bit. And as you can see, Ares is still going for that Ra, and he's going to drop a little bit even more. So this was clearly a very good advantage to us. The Poseidon here just came, but Ra is really damaged and he's going home right now. So, and as Ra went home, we're going to take the opportunity to actually damage this tower as much as we can, but we're heading back now since our wave of minions is actually dying. So as you can see, Zeus is a very powerful high damage god. And Ares is just going to go a little bit crazy right here, so he's going to pop his ultimate on Poseidon, which basically it chains an enemy, as you will see right now, and he's going to pull him towards us. I'm going to pop my ultimate, getting some charges ready and detonating, and he's going to die, and Ares is going to finish up the Ra. So as you can see, detonating, what is it? So what really is important about Zeus is, as you can see, every time I hit an enemy, they get a little orbs around them, which can stack up to 3 times. Basically, my third ability is called Detonate, and I can detonate those charges doing a fuck ton of damage. So if he has 3 stacks of orbs, it will do a high damage and they will be stunned. So after those kills, we actually went home. We went to our base and grabbed some items, since we got a lot of gold from those kills. And as you could see, when Ares popped his ultimate, Zeus, popped my ultimate. If you remember, I put a circle on the ground that is pretty much a very powerful ability from Zeus. What it does is, it creates a circle on the ground, and it summons a really fucked up storm. And that storm does a shitload of damage, pretty much, to any enemy that is within the circle. Not only does it a great amount of damage, it also builds up these circles, these stacks, so I can pretty much press my ultimate, they get damage, and then I can finish them off with my detonate from the stacks that my ultimate created. So they were not here, the enemies, so we actually went out for those towers. They got back here, so they're trying to push off the minions from their tower, and I actually going to pop my second ability, which is the only defensive that Zeus actually has, which are those shields around him. That's why Zeus is so squishy. What pretty much does is it grants you more speed, so you get a little bit sprint, and reduces damage and kind of reflects. So Ares is going in, is going to pop again his ultimate on Poseidon. I'm going to pop my ultimate once he's here, and he just got a lot of stacks and a lot of damage, and I detonate him for the kill. So that is why Zeus and Ares are an absolutely devastating combo. Ares can just pop his ultimate and they are pulled towards him. When they are there, I pretty much summon my storm, and if they don't have certain defensive items, they will pretty much die. So Ra is in trouble here, and we're going to be able to actually damage a lot more of his tower, and he really can't do much about it. He's trying, but he really can't. We push a little bit back, and right now we go right back at damaging the enemy tower. So Ra is just desperately trying to push us off, but he really can't do that much about it since Poseidon is dead and we are 2 and he's only 1. He's not getting that much help from his team partners, so we just push off a little bit here because our wave of minions is actually dead. So we're just waiting for a new one to come, and so we can just dive again onto the tower and pretty much finish it off by this point. So here they come, they dive into the tower, we go with them, and we are just damaging the tower. Ra is again trying to pull us off. He actually hits me there with that solar beam, but he actually is kind of doing a good job at pushing us, but it's kind of a thing that will eventually just happen. So I detonate on those minions so I can clear them a little bit faster here. Ra is still trying to push alone, but he's just going back and back to his tower as our wave continues to push as well. So I'm going to try to back him off from coming to the tower so we can actually finish it off as we do right now. So as we have destroyed our first tower on our lane, I'm going to try to help out on mid where there's our Ra against the Vulcan, and I see he's kind of low health, so I'm going to try to pop my ultimate to try to get some stacks on him and do some damage. I detonate, but it wasn't enough. It was only with 2 stacks, but I was able to actually just drop him a little bit so Ares could actually pull off that kill. So another advantage towards our middle lane. So I'm just going to head back now and buy some items. Returning to the middle lane right now, as I see that Vulcan is back as well, and I spot an enemy Ra behind him. So Vulcan is going to pop his turrets on the middle of this lane, and I'm trying to kill them since they do a little bit of damage and I can't really go past through it since I am squishy and they do hurt. So Ares is going to help me with clearing these turrets so we can push this lane, but Ares is actually going to go now and help left lane as our Ra is actually coming. So I'm actually going to pull off 3 stacks on Vulcan right now, and I'm going to detonate him for a beautiful sun, which Ra is going to take off with a beautiful ultimate as well. By the way, this Ra is actually Gimli at an X. So the enemy Ra is actually trying to escape from our teammates, but he ran right onto our face, so we actually got the kill. Nothing that he could do about it. Ares is right now just doesn't give a fuck. He's going after that Vulcan. He actually pops sprint to go after him, and he's going to actually pop his ultimate to prevent him from going to his home. So we pulled the Vulcan right here and he's dead, which was actually a beautiful play. We finished off the tower, we got 2 kills, and I'm going to right now proceed to my original lane and try to push it a little bit, maybe actually destroy a tower since there are a lot of enemy gods killed right now, a lot of enemy players. So I'm just going to try to push this lane again. I'm going to detonate these minions so we can move on. The enemy Ra now spots that I'm trying to push this lane and he's going to try to counter me. So we kind of have this 1v1 fighting right here. I'm just trying to kill these minions and wait for my own, but I am going to move up right now, trying to move on against him, and I actually dodged this solar beam by just literally some millimeters by pressing my sprint ability on time. So that was a very good evasion. Ra's trying to heal up his minions while actually damaging my own. I think I got hit by this solar beam right now. I can pull off this chain lightning, bouncing off a little bit on him, but I'm going to sprint back because I thought somebody was actually coming from the jungle to try to gank me. Our Ra actually pulled off an amazing, beautiful ultimate on Ra. I'm going to pop my own to prevent him from getting away, building those stacks and detonating as he goes off. So this was actually a beautiful kill, a beautiful intervention by our Ra. This was just a perfect positioning. Our Ra actually spotted that we could kill this guy, so from the jungle he actually sniped him, dealing a whole lot of damage on him, and I could pop, as you could see, that ultimate to build up some charges and preventing them to go off by detonating that guy while he was heading. So we actually finish off this tower right now. Now that we got this tower killed, we are proceeding to attempt to finish off or damage a little bit of the enemy Phoenix, but the enemy Ares actually is trying to stop us. I build up 3 stacks for a huge detonate, so he's actually in trouble. Me and Ra, Gimli and X are trying to push up this lane and actually try to kill the Phoenix. And the enemy Vulcan now respawn and he's going to try to stop us, and as we can see we actually have a 3rd enemy god and the 4th enemy god, so this is a 4v1. The enemy Ares pulled up an ultimate from Ra. I'm going to try to save him, but it's just not enough. So right now it's this 4v1 and I'm just trying to get away with my sprint and my defensive. They are chasing me a whole lot, so I see I'm going to die. I pop up my ultimate and detonate, and I'm actually able to kill the enemy Ra. So as I knew that I was going to die, I just tried to take some with me, and I did it successfully at least. After respawning, I go back to the middle lane and I actually spot a buttload of enemies moving towards our left lane, so I'm actually going to try to chase him, and the enemy Cupid notices it and he's actually damaging quite a lot. Like I said, Zeus is a lot of squishy, but then again, there we go, my teammates actually rush right back to it. This Vulcan popped this ultimate trying to kill me. I tried to detonate him for the stun, but it was only 2 stacks, it only stuns with 3 stacks. I'm trying to get away as much as I can, try to regroup, try to push this lane, but they actually surrendered now. As you can see, on that team fight, we actually killed 2 of their enemy. We killed the Cupid and the Ra again, so they actually surrendered, and the game was pretty much ours. We did a good victory, and at this point they really couldn't do that much about it. I mean, the right lane was completely destroyed pretty much. We already down 2 towers, only the Phoenix was left, and they really haven't almost touched, if I noticed, our towers. So this was a very cool game, a very awesome game played as Zeus. So yeah, this was Smite, guys. I really do hope you guys enjoyed this. I am going to provide more Smite content occasionally. I'm going to try not to do it too much, but occasionally I'm going to release a Smite video. And yeah, guys, I really do hope you guys enjoy this. This game, by the way, is free to play, so if you liked what you saw, you can play it yourself. I'm going to leave a link on the description to actually play it. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do hope you guys enjoyed this Smite action. If you like it, more to come. So yeah, if you liked it, a thumbs up or maybe even subscribe will be absolutely wonderful, guys. Thank you so much once again. See you next video.